He's not cooked, but he is in my heart.
I was gonna say, to be fair, he's not. But I mean,
I still count him.
fair enough.
Right.
He is
count
in my
that.
heart.
I didn't.
He went
I
live.
didn't come up with a pre-intro. I don't even know who's on my roster.
Godfather, come on, freestyle.
Book it ain't easy. Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast where we book and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Hifi Mike, and today we're GM's Damone, D-Money Allen.
I got some problems with you people, and you're going to hear about them.
Primetime Travie T.
Nobody gets to eat until Mike can pin me.
And late night Keefy Keef.
All right, so it's time for a hot take. Even if Chris Benoit didn't commit his terrible, awful tragedies, he still wouldn't be a top 100 wrestler.
That is a hot take.
That is a hot take.
He's Bret Hart without the name gimmick.
Did we just say that name on this podcast?
As long as it's
Huh?
talking shit about him, then that's okay.
Yeah, it was talking shit. I mean, like, honestly, I believe that though. Like, he's not. I'm rewatching like a bunch of the thousands, and it's like mid his title run, and he's not great.
You're
Like,
watching the what?
the mid thousands,
The odds.
like pay-per-views and stuff.
Are you trying to say
2000s.
2000s? 2000s?
No one
Yeah.
comes
Or is that the
thousands.
tens, the odds?
You said the thousands. That's the 1000s.
No, it's plural. It's 2000s.
No, the thousands would be 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008,
Say
1009.
1,000, not 2,000.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out
All
here
right.
watching
Gladiators.
Yeah.
There's no selling.
No, they're selling.
All right. So this week I am doing my final show, which is the pay-per-view that I've been leading up to, RCW Battlegrounds. If you haven't listened to any of our Book It episodes, this is your first episode, I do recommend going back to at least the beginning of this series or beginning of last series. You don't need to go back to BookItVerse 1, honestly. You can if you want.
BookItVerse
Yes,
1
you
is a
do.
totally different concept.
It's a completely different concept.
Beautiful.
I think we had a lot more rules. That's usually how this works. We start out with a lot of rules.
And then we say fuck him.
And then we say, fuck the rules.
Go listen to BookItVerse 2 where Keith and I over here were the tag team champions of the world.
3 out of 4
Dragons
weeks.
of the world.
No, you guys. All
Hey.
right, anyways,
Hey,
so we're gonna,
Hey,
I'm gonna go ahead.
while
and
we're
Hifi
all
Daddy.
here, though, we can all
Hey,
agree
hey,
that
wait, 1 second. Okay,
No, come on.
scissor me, Keefy Daddy.
Hey.
Wrong
They
way.
can't even get it together.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Wrong
you
way.
did it.
You got it.
Yeah, you did. You literally
Don't tell
did
me
it.
if we don't tell me if we
You know what?
our
You know
parts
what we
touch.
can get together? Our championships.
Ah!
That don't exist.
Whatever second place.
We the
Speaking
one.
of second place,
you the
speaking
two.
of second place, Double Standard Wrestling is fighting for second place right now because we all know that Primetime Travie T is going to come home with the
Again, sounds like
second
you're ready
BookItVerse title.
to fuck me over on purpose. So if you haven't listened to BookItVerse, basically what it is we go and make our own fantasy companies, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get started.
Hey, Damone, before we get too far into
somebody's
this,
writing these down, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna make Kenny
No.
go back and listen and record all the scores.
Yep.
That's his fucking job.
All right.
You don't want to show up to work?
Gotta do the work.
RCW Battleground. We open with a theme song, Holy Roller by Spirit Box, that tells you how long ago I wrote this intro because that's when we were talking about Debatable.
Oh.
Holy Roller by Spirit Box. We show an aerial shot of the arena and then
is
go
that band
inside.
called Ghost Pussy?
What?
What?
Ghost Pussy? Spirit
Ghost
Box?
Pussy.
Spirit Box, Ghost Pussy.
I hate that joke.
Spectre
You're-
Pussy.
That's sexist. It's a female singer.
How is it sexist?
I don't. It just sounds sexist.
Right.
Is
It's
your
not.
aerial
It's
view-
literally not.
It sounds pretty sexist. All right.
Is your aerial view done with drone?
Helicopter.
Ah, fuck.
Helicopter.
Get out of here.
We
That's
got
not cool.
helicopters.
Helicopters.
Helicopters?
are so 90s.
Helicopters on Kobe
helicopters.
Bryant's internet.
Air Force One. We've got an aerial shot of the arena, and then we go inside where pyro's going off, and the crowd is hot.
Like they're attractive,
You
or
should
they're
turn. You should turn.
Yes.
The,
fire.
you should turn the AC on.
All of it.
All sexy people in the crowd.
You're just sweating.
It's like that. It's like the Matrix, that rave scene, the rave orgy.
Oh, like in Blade?
Oh, my thing is frozen. Hopefully it doesn't shut down. Tony Schiavone says, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. RCW Battlegrounds. I'm joined, as always, with my broadcast partner, Corey Graves. Tonight, we finally crowned the RCW Battlegrounds champion, the tag team champions, the U.S. title, the Cruiserweight champion. We won't be doing. I meant to cross it out. The tag team champions, U.S. title, and the world title champions are all on the line tonight.
Sounds like a real night of champions.
Yeah, except for the Cruiserweight champion. That is not being defended tonight.
Yeah, cut.
We want Hook. We want Hook. We want Hook.
All right, so where was I at? My shit froze. Hold on. Corey Graves says, that's right, Tony. Wrongs will be righted and true champions will be crowned. Tony says, Corey, if you look around the arena, you'll notice a large police presence. That's because we here at RCW are on high alert. We were informed earlier today that a sadistic clown known as Doink may have been spotted roaming around the city. Corey says, Tony, this is very serious. I need to be protected at all costs. I expect you to do your best to shield me from that maniac if he shows up. Tony says, I don't know about that, Corey, but let's get started. Matt, the first match is Glacier versus Steve Blackman.
This is where I turn the show off.
Start it off with a banger.
At the go home show, we see Glacier backstage gearing up for a match. Suddenly, we see Glacier get blindside kick from behind into his head while sitting down. Glacier falls forward and Blackman takes Glacier and throws him into the lockers. Blackman mounts Glacier and pounds him into the head and face. The two men are then broken up by officials as they catch wind of what's happening. Blackman is pulled off of Glacier, but keeps trying to get back to him. Later, we cut to Ron Burgundy interviewing Blackman post-match that he had against Matt Hardy. Ron asked Blackman about what happened earlier that night and what he was thinking. Blackman says, listen here, Ron, I'm a world-class athlete. I've won titles, medals, and black belts. I've competed in wrestling, martial arts, and MMA. All for what? To be compared to a wannabe video game character? Not on my watch, Ron. Blackman rips the mic away from Ron Burgundy and looks directly into the hard camera. Glacier, you can hide behind that mask, but at Battlegrounds, I'm going to expose you for the phony you are. If I win, you drop the act and the gimmick and become a serious competitor. If you win, which you won't, I'll become your student. But Glacier, ready to have your ass kicked because I'm coming for your head. This isn't a warning, it's a promise. Blackman pushes the mic back into Ron Burgundy's chest. Blackman gets out of the ring and heads up the ramp. As he gets up top, the lights go down, and around Blackman is a blue light. Snow falls on Blackman and then stops. The lights go out, and Glacier is standing face to face with Blackman. Glacier takes off his face mask, takes a step closer, and Blackman and Glacier stand face to face as we fade out. Onto the match. Blackman comes out first and is wearing his normal black martial arts attire. Out next is Glacier. Glacier is wearing an all electric blue gear. He steps out into the ramp, and the arena is all blue. He walks to the ring as it snows indoors. Glacier does some karate moves and ends it with a bow, and the lights turn on. Glacier is taking off his entrance gear as Blackman takes advantage and attacks Glacier from behind with a double fist, hitting Glacier in the back of the head. Glacier stumbles forward as Blackman backs up and kicks Glacier in the back. Glacier falls forward and is leaning on the turnbuckle. Blackman comes in and grabs Glacier by the head and goes to slam it against the turnbuckle, but Glacier elbows Blackman in the stomach. Glacier doesn't get free, so he does it a couple more times until Blackman goes backwards. Glacier turns and roundhouse kicks Blackman in the head. Blackman hits the mat. Glacier gets in a stance and Blackman goes to get up and Glacier goes to stomp onto Blackman's head, but Blackman dodges and rolls to the side. Glacier does it again and Blackman is able to once again dodge. Glacier goes for it once more, but Blackman slides backwards out of the ring, and as Glacier's foot hits the mat, Blackman grabs Glacier's foot and pulls him down and then out of the ring. Now I'm just going to go over some spots. Blackman punches Glacier. Blackman punches Glacier in the chest. Glacier gets pushed back a little but collects himself and kicks Blackman in the chest. Blackman responds with his own kick to Glacier. Glacier falls back into the ropes. Next spot, Blackman goes to pick Glacier up, but as he goes to grab Glacier's head, Glacier pops up and hits Blackman with an uppercut. Blackman falls back and moves into the corner. Glacier delivers a roundhouse to Blackman's head, and Blackman falls down. Next spot, we get a sequence of back and forth chops to each other's chest. It breaks down when Blackman grabs Glacier and slams him to the mat. Next spot, both men run off the ropes and back at each other. Blackman goes for a clothesline, but Glacier goes low and throws his body into Blackman's stomach, knocking Blackman down into the mat, and he slides out of the ring. Next spot, Glacier performs a running kick off the apron onto Blackman. Then the next spot, Glacier runs towards Blackman and jumps up to punch Blackman, but Blackman sidesteps and plants an elbow into Glacier's back. Glacier falls down. Next spot, Glacier jumps off the top rope and kicks a running Steve Blackman. Next spot, Glacier goes to throw Blackman off the ropes, but Blackman grabs Glacier's arm and gets Glacier put into a guillotine hold. Glacier struggles as he gets to the ropes. He eventually gets it, and Blackman breaks the hold, but holds a few extra seconds. Blackman gets Glacier grounded, and he punches Glacier over and over in the head. Blackman goes to grab Glacier, but Glacier puts his foot in between them and uses Blackman to kick off, and Glacier jumps back as Blackman goes forward. Blackman regains balance and runs towards Glacier. Glacier jumps from the middle rope to the top, to the other, from middle rope to middle rope near the corner, and flies towards Blackman and knees him in the head. And the finish, both men are leaning against the ropes in opposite sides of the ring. At the same time, they get up and run towards each other, then pass each other, bouncing off the ropes. Glacier goes for a kick, but Blackman rolls under. They bounce off the ropes again, and Blackman goes for a chop. And this time, goes for a kick. And this time, Glacier rolls out of the way. Both stop and turn to kick toward each other, and they miss. Glacier goes for a sweep, and Blackman jumps. Blackman goes for a punch, and Glacier pushes the punch away. Glacier grabs Blackman's arms and wraps him up in his arms. Glacier moves behind Blackman with one arm still being held. Glacier palm strikes Blackman's lower back. Blackman falls a little and gets up, and Glacier does it again. Glacier then throws Blackman out of the hold, and then Glacier hits a cryonic kick. Blackman hits the mat. 1, 2, 3. Glacier is your winner. Post-match, Glacier celebrates as Blackman gets himself up. Glacier looks over to Blackman and puts his arm out to help him up. Blackman looks at his hand. He then smacks it out of the way. Glacier puts it out again. This time after looking at it, Blackman takes Glacier's arm and they nod in mutual respect. There would be future. If you want to know what I would have done in the future after, I'll tell you where that story is going to go. Because I don't think I have him next BookItVerse. but that's it.
That's
You
up
don't,
to you.
but I have Glacier, and I can let you use him.
We'll see how this goes.
Okay. I think we should grade before he tells us any future plans.
Yeah, go ahead and grade.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to do that.
No,
would
no,
we?
I'll tell you the future plans afterwards.
I didn't like the Steve Blackman promo, and I didn't like the ending where he smacked his hand and then eventually accepted it.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
So wait,
it
tell
showed
me
the
about that.
turn.
It smacked his hand and then what? Like
So then
puts his hand out.
smacked. Then he puts it out again, and then he takes his hand. Like he gets
That's
help.
kind of silly.
It's silly.
No.
It's been a silly thing the whole time.
Yeah, I like that. Like he was like no, and then he did it again. He's like,
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, that's,
Okay.
Okay. I really rather like if he's gonna smack his hand, just smack his hand and like roll out the ring, or just accept it on the first time.
no,
Or
it's,
smack his hand and hug him.
I'm not like faulting you too harsh on those two things though.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting 5s out of this, but
Oh well. Well, Glacier has gotten 5s for me historically.
It's true.
I
Yeah,
We
because
understand.
love
you're on
Glacier.
crack.
We love the
I don't
ice.
think this was quite as anime as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I wanted this to be Mortal
But-
Kombat, literally.
But he did do some good like kicks, like those kicks to the chest. Like you said,
Yeah,
they were
but
just
I
kicking
wanted-
each other, bouncing off the ropes and kicking back.
I like that and all, but I wish there was like he should have like froze him or something. I wanted some supernatural powers
You
here.
wanted him to like catch his punch or something, and like freeze
Yeah,
him?
I wanted all kinds of shit. Well, he did catch his punch at one point. He
or
didn't
like
catch
they,
it, he pushed
or
his
like they
knee.
both
Like-
punch
like-
at
Wait.
the, like they both
Yeah.
punch at the same time, and there's like an explosion.
He did make
Yes,
it snow
that's what I
in a
wanted.
hot arena.
Yeah, it was hot. It was a hot arena. They
It
made
was
it
a hot
snow.
arena, and he made
They
it
cooled,
snow.
they cooled everyone down.
I'm gonna give you a 3.75.
I'll take it.
I think it was like without the the match itself was like a 4.5. I thought the Steve Blackman promo was meh.
Yeah.
And then
Simone,
I did not like the.
I needed to get the stipulation across somehow.
I would have punished you more for the hand thing if it wasn't Glacier.
I honestly don't think you needed to have a stipulation.
I want.
What was the stipulation?
If Blackman won, Glacier had to lose the gimmick. If Glacier won, then Blackman has to become his protege.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
Oh, that makes it even. I forgot about that. It makes the
Damn it.
handshake worse
How?
because now.
He's in denial, and then he goes through the motions, and then he basically has his turn.
I would have preferred that like it's a force thing, like he doesn't actually want to do it, and like if
Yeah.
that was the long-term story, I think that would be a better story than him just being like, I lost, I guess I'll like I
There's
lost,
gonna
okay,
be-
I'm gonna accept it now. You're my
There-
best friend now.
No, they wouldn't be best
They're
friends.
not best-
It's
Someone
not how
else
it's
give
gonna
it-
work. There's
I mean,
gonna
they
be a
could still
build. There
be
would be a
like
build
that.
up to it. Like
Give me more ratings, guys, because I feel like I may have overrated this one. I'm gonna keep my score no matter what, just so I don't get accused of cheating.
Well, I can compensate for you. So how many were you going to take? I'm just kidding.
Don't worry, I'm,
I'm
not
just
giving
kidding.
you a
I'm just
0.5.
kidding. Let me get my dice out and I'll roll for Mike. Oof.
So I'm not gonna give you a 0.5. I liked most of the match. I do agree. I don't like the end thing, and I didn't like the stipulation. You obviously know this isn't for me. I'm gonna give you a 1.75.
Wow. I did not think this was bad. I thought this was actually a good starter match. Because it would be, I mean, like you said, it would be kind of fast paced and fun. I really liked the kicks to the chest, and like I feel like it would have been like if you had drug it out a little bit longer, it could have been better, like a boo yay spot where they're just kicking the shit out of each other. I think that would have made
Oh yeah,
it,
that'd
like,
be lit.
and they're just fucking kicking each other in the chest. But I thought it was good. I thought the whole match was a good start. I'm gonna give you I like the 3.75.
That's fine.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's fine. That's a good fucking score.
No,
What?
that's good. I'm more upset about the 175.
You should have expected
that
a
was-
0.5 from me on that, so you should be happy what you got. You
The
probably
man's a
get a
hater.
0.5 from John. So
I will say this. I think that I disagree with Keith saying this is a good opener. I think this would be a good second match.
yeah,
Really?
this isn't like a get me hyped kind of match.
Oh no, that snow coming down. I'm hyped.
Oh,
You turn the
I'm
turn the
not.
air conditioning on finally.
Fuck snow. I hate the snow.
Mike,
hit an ad because I'm waiting for my shit to unfreeze.
Well, I guess speaking
of
of
hitting
snow,
Are you tired? Tired of those other energy drinks hitting you with a short burst of jittery energy, followed by a crash that leaves you with less energy than you had before? Well, fear not, because Ray's energy drinks are specifically formulated to get you going without making you jittery and keeps you from crashing. With 0 sugars, 0 calories, and better caffeine than a cup of coffee, Ray's energy drinks are the #1 growing energy drink on the market. With flavors like Baja Lime, Sour Gummy Worm, Guava Mango, and Strawberry Colada, Ray's has some of the best tasting energy drinks available. You can get a case of Ray's right now by going to repsports.com and using promo code T1THREE when you check out to take 15% off of your next order. That's promo code T1THREE for 15% off of your next order of better, tastier energy.
good, Mike.
Yeah. All right, so this next match, it's the Dudleys versus the Young Bucks versus Dick and Balls for the tag titles. At the Go Home show, a match is made for each team to have one of their members put into a triple threat match. Devon, Mahoney, and Nick Jackson were all put into the match. Prior to the match, we see a segment where Nick and Matt are talking hush-hush with Carbuncle Hawthorne Esquire. Later, we see the Dudleys drive up to the arena. As they go into their parking garage, a man in a mechanic's jumpsuit stops the Dudleys' car, tells them they can't park here. They argue with the man. They argue with the man, and suddenly the car the Dudleys are in starts moving backwards. We get a shot of the Dudleys' car being towed with them in it. The man takes off a fake mustache and a hat and reveals that it's Matt Jackson. We see Nick Jackson come up to his brother's side as they laugh. The next segment we see is Dick and Balls waiting for an elevator and the janitor mopping near a door. The elevator doesn't show up. They decide to open the door labeled stairs. They open the door and suddenly they're pushed through the door by the janitor. The janitor is revealed to be the door is revealed to be a closet. And Nick and Matt Jackson quickly lock the door. It was Nick Jackson. I thought I wrote that in there, but I didn't.
You would have never have known. You could have
Yeah.
just said it.
They jam a mop in the door slot, and then they lock it and they run away. Later that night, their match is about to happen, and the music goes off. Where is it? And Dick and Balls' music goes off, and they don't come out. The Dudleys' music comes on, and they don't come out. The Young Bucks' music hits, and they come out strutting. They get to the ring and strut around. Dick and Balls' music goes off again, and they don't come out. But then we cut backstage, and we see Dick and Ball break out of the door, and then they escape and head to the ring with their chairs. After they head to the ring with chairs. After they get into the ring, the Dudleys are then seen running through backstage.
Hey, Mike.
They run to the ring.
How do Dick and Balls break out of the door?
Wrestling magic.
I thought
They
you were
break
gonna
it
say
down.
one. I was
No,
hoping you were gonna say one picked up the other and rammed them through.
If that's how you want to imagine they did it, go for it.
I want to imagine Balls picked up Dick and rammed him through the door.
Head first.
Head
Yeah.
first. Then you see, where's I at? I lost my spot. You see the Dudleys you then see the Dudleys run to the ring as well. I can't find it. Oh, they're seen running the ring through the backstage. prior to the match original start, prior to the match actually starting, all teams are fighting in ring. The officials come out and separate the teams, and we come back from a commercial. And the three that are involved in the match, Devon, Mahoney, and Nick Jackson, are all in the ring. The other three are around the apron. They're watching each other, and then the match in the ring. As the match goes on, we see a crew member walk past Dick Dudley and then suddenly strike him with a briefcase. Dick gets hit, and Carbuncle Hawthorne takes off his hat, revealing who he is. As Dick gets up, Carbuncle runs away over the barricade. Matt Jackson super kicks Dick Dudley. This causes Bubba Ray to get involved with the outer ring action. The arena becomes chaos as weapons get brought out and bodies are everywhere. The match gets thrown out as a no contest. We go to commercial with everyone laid out. Now the match. The Dudleys come out with
everybody's
tables.
laid out. No one of these.
Everybody got their shit annihilated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even Carmichael.
No, Carbuncle ran through the crowd. He got away. He always gets away. Matt Jackson runs on the barricade and I'm sorry. No, I'm not. That's at the spots. I didn't even get that far. Where are we at? The match.
Right now.
I can't find where.
Start of the match.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. Here you go. The Dudleys come out with tables. The Young Bucks come out with Carbuncle. And Dick and Balls come out with their chairs. The match starts, and all the teams brawl in the middle of the ring. It ends when Mahoney gets out and grabs a chair and then takes it to the heads of the other teams, like one at a time. All right, now spots. Matt Jackson runs on the barricade and does a head scissors to Dick Dudley. Another spot. There's a fighting in the crowd. Balls Mahoney dropkicks Devon Dudley into the chairs of fans. Bubba Ray slams Nick Jackson's head off a metal storage crate, breaking him open. Balls another spot. Balls Mahoney throws Nick Jackson off the top turnbuckle into the announce table, and he crashes through it. The next spot, Devon and Bubba Ray put Nick Jackson through a table with a 3D. And the next spot, the Young Bucks set up the Meltzer driver to Balls Mahoney, then go through a table. But Matt's leg gets pulled out from under him, and he falls back and crashes and crash lands on the side of the ring, and then falls to the ground.
What?
He crashes on the side of the ring.
Start from the beginning. I'm confused.
Right,
that's the Meltzer driver.
Yeah.
The guy that's doing the springboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gets his legs pulled.
Okay.
And he falls, hits the side of the ring, and then falls to the ground. Next spot, Dick and Balls get Devon Dudley and Nick Jackson hanging by the legs, and he's fucking up. Hanging by the legs. And then they take turns running back and forth, smashing their knees into their hanging opponents. They end it with both smashing chairs into their opponents. The next spot, the Young Bucks tilt over a ladder with Bubba Ray on it, causing him to hit the ringside mat, and then super kick. Carbuncle has opens up his briefcase, and he has like a metal like a weight in it, and he hits the head of Devon Dudley.
Like a flat weight that you put on a bar, or like a dumbbell.
No, like a flat weight.
Oh shit! Goddamn.
The finish. All three teams are on ladders, pounding away at each other. Balls Mahoney and Matt Jackson's ladder falls, and both men are knocked ringside. With Mahoney goes through a table that was set up outside. Nick Jackson headbutts Devon, and Devon falls to the ring. Nick moves over onto the ladder with Bubba Ray and Dick Dudley. Nick Jackson pulls down on Bubba Ray's leg and climbs up over him to advance up the ladder. Bubba Ray slips and falls down the ladder. Dick Dudley is able to stop Nick from getting the titles down and punches Nick's stomachs. They are now trading
His
blows.
stomachs?
Yeah, I
You got
said
more than
stomachs,
one?
but I meant stomach. I was just going to keep going. Hits his stomach. They are now trading blows, and Nick falls back onto the ring back first. Dick grabs the titles. The bells ring, and but the bell rings, but instead of celebrating, Dick Dudley jumps off the ladder and lands his elbow onto Nick Jackson, and he basically celebrates with holding the title up with one arm.
Okay. So the right team won. I was afraid you were gonna fuck that up.
No, that made the most sense.
I don't hate it. I will say that it does your build kind of made the Dudleys and the Young Bucks, not the Young Bucks, but the Dudleys and Dick and Balls seem kind of idiotic. Like they couldn't tell who they were just because they wore a fake mustache.
Yeah, but I've had Young Bucks doing shit like that the entire time
Yeah.
I've had them. So
Yeah. So
Wrestling, baby.
I don't hate it. I like the match. The right team won. I'm gonna give you a 4.
all right.
Who won again? Give me that finish.
Dick and Balls won. Basically, Dick Dudley was not knocked Nick Jackson off the ladder. Nick fell. He grabbed the titles, and then instead of celebrating, he did an elbow drop off the ladder onto Nick Jackson, and then celebrated by holding
He won the
title.
match and just kept fighting.
Yeah.
I like that.
5. 5.
Just 5 off that. There's nothing
Yep.
to add. Just 5.
5.
All right, bet. Bad guys here. Did you want to rate or did you catch all?
No, I can't actually rate because I came at
Jesus
literally.
Christ.
Being,
We'll go back.
You're a
to
little
the
loud,
first
Kenny.
two.
A little loud. Scared the soul out my body. Keith, you still need to rate?
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say out your booty, and I was like, I don't know if that's where the soul goes.
You don't even believe in souls. Mind your
Nobody
business.
knows where the soul goes.
You said you'll go now, Kenny?
no, so how do I sound now?
You sound good.
Okay, yeah, but I can't rate right now because I came in at the end. So
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll get to
okay.
the next match.
Bet. So I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good fun match. It was silly in all the right parts. I'm glad you went with the winners that you did because do you have Young Bucks? Are they yours or do you borrow them?
Yeah.
Yes to what?
Yeah. I bought them. I got them. They're my talent. As far as I remember,
okay.
they are.
I'm glad you didn't. I was worried you were going to go with the Dudleys, and the Dudleys shouldn't win.
No.
I was worried you were gonna go with the Bucks.
No, they lost the titles. I already had them as champs.
I'm gonna go 5. I'll give you a 5. I
All
like
right,
it.
bet.
I think this would have been fun to watch and kind of wild, like chaos.
I think we should
everywhere.
have switched the position on the card. I think this should have been your opener, and then
I
Glacier
actually was
after
going to
this.
do that, and then I decided at the last minute to keep Glacier.
Yeah, I
To
think
be
this
fair,
should have been your opener because this would have got the crowd really hyped. It's TLC, and then Glacier would have been more of a slower match. So I think we should have reversed
All
those.
right, well,
two.
we're just gonna keep going up. So the next match is Hulk Hogan versus Kurt Angle versus Peacemaker for the U.S. title.
let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
USA.
He literally just
USA.
decided to put all the bills he knows of if you're in the beginning.
And Travis left. by the way.
USA.
Yeah, I saw
USA.
Travis left. Let's hit an ad to hit another ad to see if he'll come back.
Are you tired? Tired of those other energy drinks hitting you with a short burst of jittery energy, followed by a crash that leaves you with less energy than you had before? Well, fear not, because Ray's energy drinks are specifically formulated to get you going without making you jittery and keeps you from crashing. With 0 sugars, 0 calories, and better caffeine than a cup of coffee, Ray's energy drinks are the #1 growing energy drink on the market. With flavors like Baja Lime, Sour Gummy Worm, Guava Mango, and Strawberry Colada, Ray's has some of the best tasting energy drinks available. You can get a case of Rays right now by going to repsports.com and using promo code T1THREE when you check out to take 15% off of your next order. That's promo code T1THREE for 15% off of your next order of better, tastier energy.
I forgot this is the ad that got
You dork.
Well,
You
he's-
use the same ad that we played. We're just going to
He's
play
not-
the same ad 3 times.
All right, so Travis isn't coming back. So he'll pick up with his rating later, which sucks
He went
'cause
to the store
He-
to get
he-
milk.
He tagged in Kenny.
I really would have liked him to hear this.
He will
All right,
ask.
so build on the go home show. We see a podium in the ring. It says Hogan for champ on the front in red, with red, white, and blue ribbons on each turnbuckle. Hogan comes to the ring wearing his normal gear and a flag as a cape, and the title around his waist. He flexes on his way down. He gets in the ring and behind the podium.
I got a question.
Listen
right
here.
here.
Okay.
I got a question. So you said flag as a cape.
Yeah, he's
So
wearing flag as a cape.
it's literally a cape, or is he like draping over his shoulders like Kurt Angle be doing?
It's literally it's like tied there
Is there a little bit of wind to blow the cape?
a little bit.
Damn it,
It's all the,
You can see the guy behind him with the fan.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a make it fake.
Guy in front of him, like just.
Listen here, Hulkamaniacs. The next time I'm in this ring, dude, I'll be fighting to stay your U.S. champ. If I win, I want all of you Hulkamaniacs to know that I couldn't do it without you. Oh, Jesus. I can't do this today. The power you give the Hulkster is big. The biggest, dude. Listen to me, man. There's nothing more than I'd like to continue representing the red, white, and blue brother to represent all the Hulkamaniacs out there. Taking your vitamins and saying your prayers, man. Suddenly, Angle's music hits, and he comes out with a mic and talks as he approaches the ring. I can't believe these people. They're feeding into your delusions. It's true, Hogan. I know the man you truly are. I know about the fraud and the fixed matches. I know you play the politic game backstage. That's why you've never actually had to defend that title. In fact, I've got a little video to show all of your fans out there, to show your true colors. Angle points to the Radtrot 3000. It's a video of Godfather walking backstage with a couple of his women. I'm not falling into that trap again.
Yeah, I forgot you didn't say it.
Because when I did, you guys got on me for saying it. As they walk, they come across Hogan. They pass Hogan, and we hear a dubbed line that it's clearly Angle doing a Hogan impression. I like to grab them by the kitty.
Oh wow!
And then we cut back to Angle, says, "See, this man's a fraud and should be fired right here for sexual harassment." Now Angle is in the ring. What do you have to say for yourself? Hogan says, "I did not sexually harass that woman, dude. I don't know what you're trying to pull, man, but I won't stand for it." Then we hear, "And neither will I," the voice of Peacemaker, but we don't see him. He's on the Radtrot 3000.
Neither was I.
As much as I love to see you two go at each other, Angle, you lied to get ahead, and that's not freedom. That will not go unpunished. Angle says, "And what are you gonna do about it, huh? You're not even here." Peacemaker gives a grin, then suddenly Peacemaker comes down from the rafters slowly as he does a superhero
go.
pose.
Let's go.
He gets to the ring and is now between the two opponents. This Sunday, all three of us will go toe-to-toe in this ring, and each of us will put our body in line for truth, justice, and the American way. Hogan, Angle, we don't do this for ourselves, we do it for them. And this is...
USA.
Suddenly, Angle attacks Peacemaker, and then Hogan attacks Angle. We end up in an all-out brawl between the three. Hogan throws Peacemaker out of the ring, and then Hogan and Angle stand face-to-face, and Hogan looks into the crowd and starts to leave. But Angle turns Hogan around and hits him with an Angle slam, and Angle is in the ring with his arms up as we fade out. All right, so the match. First, Peacemaker comes out. Peacemaker steps to the stage and gives a salute. An eagle flies down from the rafters and lands in front of him as pyro goes off. Peacemaker finishes the salute and points and runs to the ring. Next out is Kurt Angle wearing a red, white, and blue singlet. He comes out with people dressed as Secret Service members. They're following next to and around him as he makes his way to the ring. As he gets in the ring, they stand guard towards the crowd. Next, the lights go down low. I am a real American. Rings out and echoes through the arena. The spotlights on the stage go on. They progress with the music. First a red light, then a blue light, and then in the middle a white light as the guitar hits. Hogan shows playing air guitar while standing on the back of a convertible. Other than his normal gear, Hogan is wearing that flag as a cape, and he gets in the back seat, and the car goes down the ramp as slowly, and Hogan flexes and makes hand signals to the crowd. Hogan gets to the ring and hands the U.S. title over to the ref. The bell rings and both Angle and Peacemaker go for Hogan. They quickly get Hogan into the corner and team up on him with stomps. Peacemaker takes Hogan by the hair and picks up Hogan's head and goes for a punch, but Hogan grabs Peacemaker's hand and forces it back. Angle then takes Hogan out by the legs, and both Peacemaker and Angle go back to stomping on Hogan on the mat, but Hogan pops up and clotheslines both men. Hogan attack. The spots are Hogan attacks Angle, and they are punched back and forth. Angle gets the upper hand and throws Hogan out of the ring. As Angle turns around to gloat, Peacemaker grabs Angle from the side and does an early Operation Freedom, which is an AA, and a pin, but it's broken up by Hogan, who slides in the ring. Angle, next spot, Angle has Peacemaker and gets a set of 3 German suplexes before letting go. Angle goes for the pin, but Hogan lands an elbow to Angle's back. Next spot, Hogan gets Peacemaker in a collar and elbow, and then it transitions to a headlock. Hogan grabs Peacemaker's head and tightens. Peacemaker is able to escape and then grabs Hogan and suplexes him into the corner. The next spot, Angle beats down a Peacemaker, and Hogan comes from behind and turns Angle around. Angle is quick and starts to punch both Hogan and Peacemaker by going back and forth. Angle ends the sequence by clotheslining Peacemaker and into the ropes, over the ropes, onto the ringside mat, and then tackles Hogan's legs, and puts Hogan into the ankle lock. Hogan kicks back and Angle falls backwards. Both men get up and Hogan boots Angle in the head. Angle falls to the mat. Peacemaker goes for a leg drop to Hogan and puts Angle into the ankle lock, but Angle gets to the rope. Hogan throws Peacemaker into the outside of the ring, and then does a leg drop from the apron. Angle gets Hogan on a rebound off the ropes with a master wheel slam. Next spot, Peacemaker is pounding at the head of Angle. Hogan comes behind Peacemaker and takes Peacemaker's head and throws it back. Hogan puts Peacemaker up over his head and throws him out of the ring and onto the entrance ramp. Angle hits Hogan in the back and then gets him to the ground. Angle stomps him, then puts Hogan in an armbar, but Hogan gets to the ropes, causing a rope break. Kurt Angle gets thrown to the ropes by Peacemaker, and then on the rebound grabs Peacemaker, is able to do a belly to belly. Next spot, all 3 men are standing in the corners. They're standing off and they get off and start to circle around the ring. Angle makes a move but draws back. Then Peacemaker also makes a move, then draws back. Hogan goes to make a move, but Angle attacks Hogan and takes out his legs. Peacemaker tackles Angle, and then Peacemaker punches Angle over and over again. Hogan is getting beat down in the middle of the ring by Peacemaker. Then the crowd goes crazy, and Hogan hulks up and gets the upper hand and throws Peacemaker into the crowd from the ring, and then turns quick enough to clotheslines and attacks Angle.
He throws him from the ring to the crowd?
Hold on, wait. Yeah, hold on. Hogan beats down the middle of the ring. Crowd goes crazy. Hogan hulks up. Yeah, Peacemaker.
Like, how
Hogan
close is your crowd
Hogan gets
to
the
the
upper
ring?
hand. Close enough. Then he can throw him in. Yeah, he picks him up and where was that? That was not Peacemaker. He throws Peacemaker into the crowd. Yeah, from the ring.
Like
And then
Thunder
turns
lifts it
quick,
to
quick
Rocky.
turns quick to clotheslines and attacking Angle. The finish: Angle slams into Angle slams a fist into Hogan, who is standing on the apron. Hogan hits the barricade outside. Angle turns to Peacemaker, who is running at him. Angle kicks Peacemaker in the gut and then grabs him by the side, and Angle slam onto Peacemaker. Angle gets up and puts Peacemaker in an ankle lock. Peacemaker reaches for the ropes, and Angle pulls him back. Hogan slides into the ring, and right as he's going to break it up, Peacemaker taps, and the ref rings the bell. Hogan stops to look around in disbelief at the crowd. Confetti cannons go off into the crowd, and in the ring, pyro's going off as Angle gets the title. Angle hugs the title, and Hogan is stunned. Hogan is now getting told to leave the ring as Angle gets a mic. Angle looks around and says, "I came here tonight. I didn't know what to expect. I see a lot of people hate me, and I don't know what to feel about that. So I guess they
I hate
didn't
you, Mike.
like nothing either. During this fight, I've seen a lot of changing. Oh, it's true. The way you feel about me and the way I feel about you. In here, there were 3 guys killing each other, but I guess that's better than 20 million. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that if I could change, you could change, everyone could change. It's damn true." And that's it. That's the match.
All right, I'll start. That's a 5 for me. I enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed everything about that. That was fun. That like they were trying to slander each other, and they get there. They have the Rocky was it Rocky 4 ending?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's the Rocky 4 ending. I knew it the second you started it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was digging it from Nuggets at the same time. But yeah, that was the most American storyline we've had on BookItVerse.
And you can change.
Yeah,
What?
It's a 5 for me.
Yeah. So Damone,
I'm gonna give you a 4.
I'll take it.
A good amount of that is the ending. You
I'll
did
take
pop me with the Rocky thing. It's still not my favorite storyline, but I will say the right person won. Again, I was afraid you were gonna have Hogan win. I think Kurt winning is the best option you had.
I can tell you the storyline that I'm not gonna be able to run because this is gonna take place before my next BookItVerse. But I'll let Keith go first.
So, I honestly think the wrong guy won.
Do you?
I feel like your story here built up Hogan
It
to
did.
be the most American of Americans ever to be American.
And then he got screwed. Which
Right.
is the American
He got
way.
screwed, and so what's gonna
Yeah.
happen is we're gonna
Continue it.
we're gonna continue it. It's gonna be
Okay.
Hogan and Angle, and it's gonna be it'll be shorter, but it's gonna be almost like an election fraud.
So
Are you-
you
are
and
you
John.
Are you doing next time around?
What?
Where's Jamie Noble?
Are you doing
Stop the
RCW
deal.
next time around or no?
I am doing RCW, but I'm not doing this again.
Okay.
So
that's
you're gonna
good.
make me wait.
I
2
have
years.
Angle. Angle's gonna continue being my U.S. champion.
You and John, with your making me wait 2 years for these finales.
Well, April you'll get new stuff.
I liked it. I thought it was all good. Again, I guess if you screwed over and it continues, that's good. It was all fun. Like, this was cartoony, kind of cartoony. I mean, I don't know why. I feel like something didn't quite pull me all the way. I'm gonna give you a 4.5.
I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah, you
All right.
definitely got an extra quarter for the Rocky thing.
Yeah, that was fun. As
I
soon
knew
as you
you'd like
started,
it.
I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, I had like I sprinkled
said
in
grab him
stuff
by
like
the kitty.
that throughout this entire thing. There's a bunch of different references for different things in that whole build. It was fun. All right, next match, Jeff Jarrett versus Elias. On the Go Home show, Jeff Jarrett is talked to in a backstage segment. Jeff Jarrett sits on a stool, and holds a guitar. Oh, did I keep this backstage? Oh, we're gonna find out. Ron Burgundy asked Jeff, last week you formally kicked out Elias. Everyone at home wants to know, do you stand by that decision? Jeff responds, Ron, hell yeah, I support my decision. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I've accomplished? Boogs and I don't need Elias. We don't need that waste of a human piss poor excuse of a guitar player holding us down, keeping us back. I'm sure now that we've got rid of that dead weight, myself, JEFF, JARRETT, and the DOGGS will finally win gold belts and make gold records. Ron then asks, "Well, that sounds like you put a lot of thought in your response. Like you haven't been saying that the last 3 weeks. Did you know I play jazz flute?" It's true. I do. Maybe we can collaborate. Jeff Jarrett stares Ron down. Ron, I don't come here to talk to you about your pansy flute playing. What I came here to do is challenge Elias tonight, 1-on-1 in a guitar off. So tonight, before we fight next Sunday, and I prove I'm the better athlete and musician once and for all. Later that night, Elias and Jeff Jarrett are seen in the ring with guitars. Both are sitting on the stools with spotlights on them. Elias strums guitar and sings, I thought I had friends, but now I'm alone. This spotlight is on my back. The heat in my veins, I walk alone. He finishes strumming. Jeff Jarrett speaks. This one's called You Ain't Shit. He strums really hard and plays the guitar. Thought you were a big man, but you were dust in the wind. Time is fleeting and the sun will set. There's one of you and two of me, so let's not forget. Suddenly we hear a smash and crack noise as we pan out to see Rick Boog smash a guitar in the back of Elias. Elias falls forward and Boog stomps Elias in the back. Jeff Jarrett is laughing in his stool. Well, I guess that answers it. I am the better man. Boogs picks up Elias. Elias has his hand on his guitar, and he gets pulled up and smashes the guitar into the head of Boogs. Boogs falls back, and then out of the ring. Elias turns quickly to Jarrett and big boots him in the head. Jarrett falls back, and Elias grabs Boogs' guitar. Jarrett backs into the corner, and Elias raises the guitar, and Jarrett raises his arms to brace for the hit. But Elias gets close to Jarrett's face and does one last air strum and slides out of the ring. The match. First out is Elias. He carries his guitar but doesn't play anything. Jeff Jarrett and Rick Boogs come out. Jarrett is playing his guitar all the way down to the ring, and he sets it in the timekeeper's area. The match starts with the two locking up. Jarrett wins the exchange and puts Elias in a headlock. Elias is able to grab Jarrett by the stomach and waist. He picks Jarrett up and slams him onto his back. Elias throws Jarrett. I'm going to go into the spots. Elias throws Jarrett off the ropes and is able to get a clothesline onto Jarrett, followed by a knee drop. Boogs tries to distract Elias. Elias runs off the ropes and then dives through and suicide dives and hits Boogs on the outside. Elias is in the corner, giving Jarrett 10 punches. Jarrett is able to push Elias off, and Elias lands on his feet, but Jarrett ducks and gets behind Elias and puts him into a sleeper hold. Elias is able to get to the ropes to do a rope break. Next spot, Rick Boogs is holding Elias by his neck in the middle, by his head and neck in the middle rope, and Jarrett is able to run and lands a leapfrog body guillotine. Elias hits Jarrett with an elbow to the outside of the ring. Jeff Jarrett jumps off the top turnbuckle and does a crossbody, and then they hit the mat. Jarrett follows through and puts the figure 4 on Elias. Elias reaches for the ropes, and Boogs bats Elias's hand away, but Elias is able to swat at Boogs and get the rope long enough for the rope break. And here's the finish. Rick Boogs is seen distracting the ref. Jeff Jarrett grabs the guitar outside the ring, and he slides into the ring with it and goes to hit Elias. Elias is able to move out of the way, and when Jarrett turns around, Elias grabs him and does a drift away. The ref turns back around, and Elias covers Jeff Jarrett for the 3 count. The ref holds Elias's arm up in victory. That's the match.
Okay, so I think the right person won. I will say the ending of the weekly or the end of the build felt kind of anticlimactic. The match is okay. I'm gonna give this a 3.
I'll take it.
Yeah, this was pretty good. I think it was definitely, this might be a low point for your night. I mean, especially coming off the first 3 big matches.
Yeah.
This was out of the matches, this is my least interesting, or least invested in. But it's not to say it was bad by any means. Yeah, I like a good $3. That's good.
Y'all both went with a 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure Chico's going crazy at the Zoom just now. I don't know. This was kind of I don't want to say this was there, but it just kind of felt like I don't go with exactly a 3. I think I'll just go with a 3.25.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. This storyline was. Yeah, I think this is the one storyline out of all the storylines I like. I don't really care.
It's
about
done
that,
with now, so I'd able to move on with Elias if I needed to.
But you won't be able to because I have Elias.
Yeah, I won't if I wanted to, but
And
I'm sure we can make trades if we really needed to.
We haven't drafted yet, guys.
All right, we technically didn't draft yet. Match 5.
Yeah, you're hoping to get them.
I think we already talked about that earlier too.
We did. We've done it a couple times.
Almost said something there, too.
Spoiler alert: we already drafted for the next BookItVerse.
Well, damn.
You guys gonna get that recording later.
Yeah, that'll come out in 4 weeks, something like that.
Something.
All right, so the next match, EC3 versus Jay Lethal. This is technically the co-main event. EC3 versus Jay Lethal with Dean Malenko for the Battlegrounds Championship Finals. So now that the tournament, all we're waiting for is the finals. At the go-home show, Dean Malenko and Jay Lethal come to the ring. Jay Lethal calls EC3 out to his face. Calls EC3 out and to his face says, "EC3, you skated through this tournament. The match at Battlegrounds is already a done deal. I'm walking out of that arena as the Battlegrounds champion. On my way to being the best athlete in this company. What have you done since you got here? Win matches by DQ to get to the finals? We aren't on the same level." EC3 smirks. The same level? What level is that, Jay? The most that's happened since you got here is losing your debut match and getting into business with that charisma vacuum over there. You come out here and get used by your daddy over there, and he can strip you of what made you unique, and so he can live his own career through you. Dean Malenko grabs Lethal's mic and says, "Hey, knock it off. Say another damn word, I'll lay you out in your ass right here, right now." EC3 gets in Malenko's face, and the refs get between them, and Malenko tells Lethal for them to leave the ring. Lethal stays for a second longer and looks at EC3 and then leaves behind Dean. Here's the match. First out is EC3. Next is Dean Malenko with Jay Lethal behind. Dean is clapping and starts talking to Jay as they go to the ring. They announced the match for the battle. they announced the match for the Battlegrounds champion. The bell rings and the men lock up. Lethal wins the exchange and throws EC3 to the corner and follows up with the knee. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
You better play the
Hopefully
Rays
that's
ad
better.
again.
I'm out of like drinks. Hold on, I got something here.
You know what you need? A raise.
I got Fago instead.
They're not a
No,
sponsor.
we're not sponsored by Fago, so
I'm
gonna try now.
You gotta
Fago
use
sponsor us.
You gotta use your Juggalo connections.
I don't have any of those anymore. Jay Lethal gets a super kick at a charging EC3. Next spot, EC3 is outside of the ring, and we get a suicide dive by Jay Lethal. We get them both hitting the ground onto the ramp. Lethal then gets up, and EC3 runs toward Jay Lethal and clothesline, followed by an elbow, and then a black. I'm gonna say a back jawbreaker.
A black back.
No, it's just a back jawbreaker. I did this all on my phone and I did it quick. EC3 clotheslines Jay Lethal and starts to gloat. Jay launches from the ground and hits the back of EC3's knee, knocking him down. Jay Lethal gets up and runs forwards and hits his knee into EC3's head. EC3 gets behind Jay Lethal and puts him in a Cobra clutch with the body scissors. But Jay is able to get free, and Malenko is yelling at Lethal. Jay Lethal grabs EC3's head, and Dean Malenko yells at Lethal and commands moves for him to do. Jay Lethal looks over to Dean, and instead of doing what he says, he headbutts. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay. He then puts EC3 into a headlock. EC3 gets free and punches Lethal away, and Lethal turns around. EC3 shoulder check tackles Jay Lethal. Next spot, EC3 advances toward Jay Lethal. Lethal is able to pivot and send EC3 to the mat with a hip toss and a cartwheel basement dropkick. Jay Lethal is in the corner, and Dean Malenko comes up to talk to him. Jay Lethal screams at Malenko and then does the Macho Man cream of the crop taunt, and then turns to EC3 and goes for a clothesline, but EC3 ducks. On the rebound, EC3 sets up for the TK3 and slams Jay Lethal. He goes for the pin, 1, 2, and kick out. Here's the finish. EC3 grabs Jay by the head and gives him an uppercut. Jay responds with his own uppercut. Then Jay Lethal slaps EC3 chest and then woos. And then EC3 does it back, and then they go back and forth, and Dean Malenko sees this and starts yelling at Jay Lethal to finish the match and stop fucking around. Jay then throws EC3 off the ropes, and Lethal jumps off the opposite ropes, landing a lethal injection for the 3 count. Dean Malenko comes to raise Jay's hand, but Lethal pulls away and holds up his own arms. That's it.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest, this is the match is definitely just there for me. And like the end felt anticlimactic. Like I feel like you could have done something with like Dean turning on Jay. Or
Jay
like
turned on Dean, technically.
Yeah, but I feel like you could have done like more with that, like where like Dean like physically attacks him or something, not just like he pulls his arm away. Like I feel like you could have done more there.
I would have done a build up with something with the next week with that coming ahead.
Yeah.
Because this is this is one of those continuing storylines.
Yeah.
One of those.
The match was good. It was okay. The end of the build felt anticlimactic. I'm gonna give this a 2.5.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Oof. Honestly, so this was for what championship?
This is basically Money in the Bank. It was a
Okay.
tournament for their version of Money in the Bank. It's really it's more like a ring that they wear.
Oh, I thought it was for like an actual championship.
No,
I
it's
didn't
for
realize
That
it
is
was-
good.
it's a title with a ring, and then they basically get a. I explained it in the first week, but they get a title shot eventually down the line.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
So
realize
that makes this a little bit more of a bigger deal. I thought it was for just a championship, and I was like,
No, the tournament.
This-
Yeah,
I thought that this should have been your first match, but it makes more sense to where you have it now. But still, this was kind of honestly, I don't even remember this in your build.
this was the tournament. I mean, it was the tournament that ran.
the tournament
Right, that's what
felt
I'm
more
saying.
like most of what I remember from the tournament is Glacier.
Well, there was
I barely-
it was the
I barely
tournament.
remember who was
I
in the
used
finals.
I used the tournament to split off into other stories.
Yeah, I barely remember this was the finals. Like when you said the finals, I'm like, oh, those two were in it. I forgot.
When you said this match, I was like, this is fucking random. Like, that said, like I said, saying that it's for like a Money in the Bank type deal was definitely helped you out here because I forgot that and I was like, ooh, this was. I'm gonna go with a good. This is a good 2.5.
I'll take it.
Like, I honestly, I think I said the last match was your low point. This was a dip down. I'm hoping you jump up with this. Your next match is your main event, right?
Yes.
That.
Okay. That's about where I'm at too. I'm at a 2.5 as well.
That's fine. I'll take it. I mean,
I honestly
hurts,
kind of
but-
wish that you had had him hit the lethal injection, celebrate, and then go up to the top rope and then hit the elbow drop just to sell the whole macho black machismo thing. Also, it would have been super funny if EC3 is the one who hit the black jawbreaker.
It's a back jawbreaker. All right, so this next segment does tie into my main event, so I'm just gonna read it all at once. So before the next match starts, we see a video on the Radtron 3000. It's a bunch of cops running towards a specific direction, and when they get there, they see an officer down and he's tied up. And then we cut back to the arena, and then all the lights start flickering. Once the power comes back fully, we get the announcers apologizing and then say we're going on to the next match. So then we're going to give you the build. During Massacre on the Go Home show, Cardona and Wardlow came out. Cardona gets on the mic and says, "Last week, Wardlow and I put an end to the pest Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's take a look at our triumphant moment." We look at the Radtron 3000, and it shows the week before where Cardona and Wardlow beat down Stone Cold and stood tall over his body. When we cut back, the crowd is booing loudly. We made a fool of him and laid him out here in the middle of this ring. It was one stomp. And then Wardlow, what? 2 stomps. What? 3 stomps. What? 4 stomps.
What?
To the dome of that over-the-hill geriatric nobody. The rumors are true. Everything you read on Twitter and through the dirt sheets are true.
What?
Steve Austin has hung up his boots after we broke his neck. Once again, proving that I am the greatest champion in the history of RCW. He pauses and the crowd boos more as he smiles and looks around. The more you boo me, the more you armchair bookers prove that there's no one in this industry that can or will ever do it better than me. Stone Cold wasn't ready. The RCW universe wasn't ready. And next week at Battlegrounds, I will stay the champion because there's no way Stone Cold Steve Austin can compete. Cardona throws the mic, and both Cardona and Wardlow pose as we fade to commercial. Later that night, Wardlow is having a match against Shark Boy, and Cardona is on commentary. Wardlow is making an example out of Shark Boy, and Cardona is talking shit about Stone Cold. Suddenly, Stone Cold's music hits, and he comes down the ramp wearing a neck brace. Stone Cold makes his way to the ringside and then goes around to get face-to-face with Cardona. Cardona stands up but laughs at Stone Cold. Wardlow slides out of the ring and gets behind Stone Cold. Cardona gets into his face, and Stone Cold is now trapped between both men. Austin grabs his neck, and then Cardona pushes Austin into Wardlow. Wardlow takes Austin and rolls him into the ring. Austin struggles to get to his feet while holding his neck as Wardlow and Cardona surround him. Wardlow goes to attack Austin. He gets on to his feet, and suddenly Austin kicks Wardlow in the gut and hits him with a stunner. The crowd is going wild. Cardona looks shocked as Austin smiles menacingly at Cardona. Cardona stops in his track, and now Shark Boy is behind Cardona. Cardona backs into him, and Shark Boy turns Cardona around and then stuns him. Austin rips off his neck brace and starts to stomp Cardona. Austin then gets over Cardona and starts to talk shit and give Cardona the finger. Shark Boy stomps Wardlow until he slides out of the ring. Wardlow gets out and pulls Cardona out of the ring with him. They make their way up the ramp as they look onto Shark Boy and Austin celebrating in the ring with beers. The match.
Austin doesn't stun Shark Boy.
This time, no.
Okay.
Shark Boy stuns Austin.
The match. Stone Cold
I would have popped.
Stone Cold makes his way to the ring first. He plays to the crowd but looks more serious than normal. Then out comes Cardona. Cardona with Wardlow. Cardona gets in the ring, and Wardlow stays outside of the ring. The ref holds up the belt. This match is for one fall.
One fall.
The men get introduced, and when the bell rings, Cardona attacks Austin out of the gate. Cardona starts by bouncing Austin's head and face. By punching Austin's head and face, backing him into the corner. Wardlow is then seen grabbing one of Austin's legs as Cardona punches and then stomps the gut of Austin, who can't get free. The ref sees this and tells Wardlow to let go and makes Cardona back off. Now the spots. Austin ties up. Austin gets an arm tie up and throws Cardona off the ropes, and Cardona bounces off, hitting a double knee face breaker to Austin. Austin gets Cardona to the top for a suplex from the top rope. Austin is on the outside of the ring, and Cardona hits him with a mid rope drop kick, sending him crashing into the barricade. Cardona has Austin in an armbar, but Austin is able to escape. Austin runs off the ropes and is able to get Cardona's head and land a running bulldog. Austin then gets up and puts the cloverleaf on Cardona, but Cardona is able to get out of it and kicks Austin back. Austin gets momentum and picks Cardona up and lands a spine buster, followed by punches to the face. Austin goes for a pin, 1, 2, and kick out. Wardlow grabs Austin by the ropes and lands a chop to the chest. The ref sees this and finally ejects Wardlow from the ringside. Austin counters an attempt of a radio silence by Cardona and lands a stunner. Goes for a pin, 1, 2, kick out. Austin gets Cardona in the middle of the ring and lands a combination of punches and leads Cardona into a corner and finishes it with mudhole stomps. Austin backs away and runs with a boot to Cardona's face. Austin picks up Cardona. Austin picks up Cardona as if he's going for a slam, but Cardona turns it around and lands behind Austin's back while still having control of Austin's head. And as he turns it to a fading neck breaker, hurting Austin's neck and sending him to the mat. Cardona goes for a pin, 1, 2, and kick out by Austin. Here's the finish. Cardona and Austin both get up and start to circle. Both men have been taken to their limits. Cardona goes in for the attack, and Austin kicks him in the gut and goes for a stunner. Cardona pushes Austin and goes into the ropes, but he doesn't bounce back because he grabs the ropes. Austin turns around to Matt Cardona, jumping and hitting a radio silence on Austin. Matt covers Austin for a 3 count. Cardona is now celebrating after the match, and pyro's going off and confetti's falling. Mid-celebration, the lights go out. The arena goes dark. The only thing now is a spotlight on a Jack in the Box. You hear the music play slowly, and at the last note, before it hits the last note, it ends. The lights go on, and Doink is standing in the ring looking at Cardona. Cardona looks stunned. Cardona was the reason that Doink got arrested and thrown into jail. Now Doink is back for revenge. The cops come flooding down from the arena, and from the back, the lights go back off. The last note of the Jack in the Box note plays, and Doink is gone, but the Jack in the Box isn't. It's now open, and it's like an action figure of Cardona's like head with like blood on it, and we fade out.
Did you ever tell us that Cardona is the reason that Doink got arrested?
No, because we fast forwarded 6 months. Surprise, surprise.
When the fuck did you fast forward?
I fast forwarded 6 months between things, so things happened. That's when he got arrested.
For what though?
He got Cardona. It was honestly something really small. So Cardona called the cops because Doink was stalking him. He was stalking him, so he called the cops. This is back when he was still a face. So he called the cops, and a little bit after this is when he turned. But
this motherfucker Mike is the king of freestyle.
He really is. Here's the thing about this. It's funny because like I like the ending, so don't think I don't like this. That part is hilarious. He's like, you're telling us the whole thing. He's like, by the way, he had him arrested real quick. But then
I had to explain why, because I realized you guys didn't know. But
you just like tossed out. Hey, by the way.
Yeah, he's the one who got him arrested. He was stalking him. So that's technically when it started.
Okay.
The thing about this is,
I'm not sure.
I really wish you had said this before. I really wish you had said it before.
I wish you would have told me that. Yeah.
Maybe even if you, I don't know. Maybe if you even earlier in the show, you probably could have said, maybe had him talk and do something like that. Like
you could have done like an interview where like, because you mentioned like we know Doink escaped. You could have done in like an interview. They asked Cardona like, "Hey, you're the reason that he went to prison. Are you afraid or like do you have any thoughts on it?" Like you could have
something like that, or maybe even have Doink say something like that. Like I was,
I mean, at that point,
I was wrongfully arrested, something like that. You know, so I was wrongfully incarcerated.
Or like when he was in the cell, like have Cardona's like pictures up or like something.
I understand that. I understand that. Hindsight's 20/20 on stuff like that.
I don't really know how to judge this.
That's what I'm stuck on too, because like I liked everything about this. It's just that one little part.
No, I'm not gonna say if it helps, because I was gonna tell you, I plan on resolving this when we come back in April.
That doesn't impact my score.
It does not. Yeah. I ain't gonna wait 2 years, John.
It's not 2 years.
He's continuing right.
I'm continuing RCW.
Yeah. I'm about to say you're not
You'll get
John
6 months.
Giving a whole new brand, and then be like, I'm going back to continue the story. I'm not remember.
Because like the match itself isn't like I would give the match itself, because at first I was gonna say the wrong person won because it felt like Austin should have won. But now that you gave us the new information, I understand why he didn't.
I
don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
I agree. I still feel like Austin should have won and could have won. He could have won, rolled out of the ring and left, leaving Cardona in the ring, and then you hit us with the Doink.
But
Doink comes in and helps him win.
No.
Or like
Doink screw. You could have had like Doink screw Cardona.
I still like what he did with it.
I still like the way you did. I just wish it had.
I like my
information
reveal better. That's the
beforehand.
thing is I wouldn't have had. I like the
Right.
reveal.
Yeah, like I don't. I actually like the reveal and what you did with it, but I wish it had the other information beforehand leading up to this. I almost want to judge. Like I almost want to judge them separately, like the match and this separately.
Yeah. What?
I don't know, because
I really thought
it reminds me of like the movie Dead Silence, like when the guy turned into a doll at the end, and that was fire to me, and I feel like that's what this was, and it's fire to me. It was just
it
was just the split bit. It was just like,
but it's the middle part that I'm like, yeah.
I low key wish you didn't even put that in there. That little snippet. I could just wanted he just could have been just a crazy person. That could have just been it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been.
That's what I was gonna do, but I was like, I really feel like I need to explain why this is happening because everybody kept saying you need to have a reason. Why would he be attacking him? So
But sometimes you don't even need a reason. Like I think for this case, I think maybe
you could have just had
maybe you could have had him be the first victim. It's like, oh shit, what's he gonna do next, kind of thing.
Right.
Because now it feels like since you made him as a revenge kind of thing, it feels like this is one and done for him. This should be one and done for him.
All right, but here's the thing. I said this earlier. I think Austin should have won because now, what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna have Doink.
Doink's gotta win
going after Matt.
Doink is still technically all right. So Doink is still technically back on the run. So this was a tease. We'll probably get.
Stop talking. You're bringing it down.
Like I said, I'm gonna have it in the next one. So
don't say
it's good. It's just.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a 3.75 for all of it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Kenny, you want to go?
I really fuck with it though. I really do.
I do too, and it's like
it's literally that one little. I really wish you didn't say that. I really now I feel like, in my opinion, like how we always talk about book yourself into a corner. I think realistically, the story should end right here. He got his revenge, and that's it. I mean, I know you about to say something crazy about he's still in the run. Don't do that.
Right. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna wait for the rating.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just wait for the rating.
Okay. I'm going with because I don't want to take everything away from it just because that one little snippet. I'm gonna go with.
I feel like he's got like little things that just didn't.
Yeah, it's just little. If we nitpicking, there's some things you can take pull apart from this character. But I fuck with doing. I'm gonna go with a 4.7.
Well, so you gotta keep in mind, it's not just Doink that we're judging. We're also judging the Austin stuff too, and the match and everything.
Oh no, I am, and I think that was cool for what it was. I think it's one of the things was like it's all setting up for this, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. I just wish he didn't say he's getting revenge. I just wish he just came and he just kind of.
I probably could have set it up. I probably could have
Yeah.
set it up when I wrote it, but.
No, I mean, I wish you didn't do that. Just like none of that, no revenge. Just he comes up and like kills him or does whatever. Like it makes him a puppet.
If you were gonna do the revenge, you needed to tell us that ahead of time.
Don't even do it.
Yeah.
Take it out. Take it out.
I don't know if
Oh, but he can't take it out because he already said it. But
I already said it, so I can't take it back. But
he's gonna find more reasons.
Now I just gotta lean into it.
I'm still stuck on like I feel like this was supposed to be Austin's like big moment, right?
Yeah, that too. Like it did feel like
and like what's Doink's
big
do
moment,
now?
which I want Doink.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so conflicted because like
at the same time I was building Matt Cardona to be pretty dominant.
That's true. I guess I feel bamboozled.
Let it string.
Yeah. I still like it though. I'm confused.
I'm not confused. I'm just like, damn, I wish you didn't say that shit. I just wish you didn't say that because now it feels like the storyline is technically done. when
Yeah.
because you give us the vignettes and it's like, okay, he's coming. Now he came and it's like, well, all right.
Well, assuming that
It's not done. There's gonna be
yeah.
more. That's the
Yeah,
thing. It's just starting.
Yeah, I would assume that it would go in the future.
Yeah,
It'll be Doink versus
No, I
Cardona.
get that, but the thing is, I'm saying because he
for
threw
this
in, he
it's over.
Yeah, I'm saying he threw in.
Yeah.
By the way, he's getting his revenge. You know, he did a little, he slipped that in there real quick. If he didn't say that, it could have been mysterious. He could have killed him in the puppet, whatever, and then he could have kept getting victims.
Can
I mean, he still can. He starts somewhere.
Wait,
He's got
did
plenty of
Doink
people.
actually like attack him?
No,
he
because the
just
cops
scared
came down.
him and then ran away.
He scared him and then disappeared because the cops are coming.
Oh, I don't know about that either.
Wait, what? I thought he turned him into an action figure and that was it.
No, he had the Jack in the Box opened, and yeah, it was Matt Cardona's head on the Jack where the Jack in the Box with like blood on it.
Okay, yeah,
But
that's
he
cool.
didn't actually but he didn't actually attack. He just
we didn't see it. We didn't see it. It went black.
Man.
Because it hit the last note. It didn't open, and then when he disappeared, it hit the lights went out. It hit the last note, and then it opened.
Doink was in the ring with Cardona at one point.
Yeah. They stare him down.
Yeah,
his back was turned to him, and then he like turned.
I would have preferred like if he hit like the lights turned on and he had him like in the what's his finisher? Is it the mandible claw?
No. The way he had it is fine. I'm at least in my perspective.
I wasn't gonna have him attack him.
He did some magical shit.
Right.
And literally, the lights cut out, lights come back on. He's like in the his head's bouncing around. That's scary as fuck. Like,
hey, wait. And this is all with the confetti and shit still falling down. You said confetti.
Confetti stopped. The lights went out.
But it's still
stopped.
there.
Yeah,
the confetti's still there.
The confetti's still there.
The confetti budget's got to be used up.
I was for a second. I was gonna do what we've done, but we did before Damone and have the confetti change colors. Like it started being like red, but I was like, oh, I did that already.
You could have had them start turning black.
Yeah, but I decided that we've already did the color change. I got to give it at least one more BookItVerse.
I forgot about
one more BookItVerse before I do color changing confetti again.
I forgot about.
I like how I've pretty much influenced everyone's show to end with confetti.
That is a fire spot. Though,
yeah, it is a great way to convene. So what's my scores here? What do we?
I'm gonna go with a 4.5.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it.
You know, raise mine to a 4.
Okay. Yeah,
Kenny, what'd you give me?
I give you a 4.75. I think the only point I took away a quarter literally because that one thing, because I feel like, in my opinion, this storyline should technically end. He should be done, and you have to give me some. You have to give me something strong to make sense why he should be.
I'll take that score. Like I'm here for it. Now I just gotta wait for Travis and John, who are gonna offset each other.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I do have a monster storyline coming for the next pay-per-view. I don't want y'all to think I stole it from him or I'm already doing it. So just letting y'all know.
I am not touching my BookItVerse for at least 2 months.
You need to start writing now so that you'll be done by the time.
You're right. Well, I won't go until May. So and that's if we stay on schedule. So
yeah.
No,
and I work best under pressure. So I'm gonna wait till
I wrote. All right, well, let's get off the air, and I'll tell you guys some back story about all this, some inside baseball.
All right.
All right.
Where you wrap it up?
I ended up. I was gonna I expected Damone to do it for some reason.
That's not my job.
So that's Book It. We're gonna go ahead and hit the plugs. Bad guy.
I came in late, but if you want to see more of me, go to Bad Guy Spoken Podcast on YouTube and check out the new show I got, Hood Movie Review. There's all kind of shows in there, like video games, anime, all that stuff's all on there. Want to see me on any social media, talk, whatever. Bad Guy Spoken on social medias as well. And yeah, that's it.
Keith.
Well, you can follow me at Late Night Keith on Twitter, or by going to BookItT13 on the Twitters and follow me there.
Yeah,
I don't like this bit.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't understand.
Is he frozen for you too? Like
he's been frozen the entire time.
No, he wasn't frozen.
You've been frozen the entire time.
He wasn't for me.
Yeah, he's been frozen like this the entire time.
Oh.
Ben Wilson.
No, you've been frozen like this for the entire time. Anyways, Damone.
You're frozen.
Let it go. Like that.
I hate everything about that. Both sides. I hate all of it.
So you can follow me on Twitter and TikTok at DaMoney213. It's DAMONEY. T1 3. And you can follow the T13 Media TikTok at T13. T1 13 spelled out.
You can find me on Twitter, Hifi_Mike, where I tweet at currently Boy Meets World podcast. But they're all ending, so that's sad. So I need something new to tweet at.
How I Met Your Mother.
You can no, there's no good podcast. You can find all the shows on the T13 Media Network at T13media.com. 2023 is going to be a pretty big year for us. I think we're going to have a lot of new stuff, good new stuff coming out. Pretty excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year. Another year of Black excellence, right, Kenny?
Oh, yeah. Especially when I went Bookie Boy of the Year for the second year in a row. Yeah, it's going to be lit.
I retired from Book It Boy of the Year.
We're just retiring that altogether. All right, so that's Book It. See ya.
Bye.